marketing has become every day of our life. And so the main focus here is how to go about this particular process, strategy involved, and how to achieve the main purpose of this process. So I won't be reading word for word. I believe you all can see my screen. So I'll just be doing some explanation as we proceed. So marketing is it's a process of getting your products from the manufacturer down to the end users, at least the customers. So the process is strategy of getting your products down to the customers, at least those who will be making use or those who will be needing that particular product. That process, that strategy is what we call marketing. What are the benefits of doing this particular process? So we'll be talking about a few of them, right? So it increases visibility of your brand. Of course, the more you market your products, the more people get familiar with it, the more it becomes visible to the customers, the end users. It develops long-lasting relationship with your audience. As time goes on, your potential customers get used to your product through the process which we call marketing. The more you market, the more you will tend to give them their attention and they get familiar with whatever you're bringing to the market. Helps you build authority and credibility. As time goes by, as they get along with your products, it helps you build authority. It helps you build credibility because people now understand what your product stands for. They now understand the value, the function that particular products entails. Position your business as an expert in your industry. So these are some of the benefits that surround marketing. It helps you as a manufacturer now, as a company, become an expert in your field. Because people now, in return, people will start vouching for your products. People will start giving credibility to your product. So let's now talk about the challenges surrounding this marketing process. So one of the main challenges about marketing is content creation. It's one thing for you to have a product, and another thing for you to create a content to market that particular product. Once the content is not aligning with the products, then there's no way your users, your customers will understand what you're trying to sell. So these are one of the challenges that surrounds marketing, which is content creation. Being able to focus on a narrow target audience. And believe me, once you are able to identify your audience, you are good to go. Your marketing becomes easier, or your marketing challenge reduced because you already have a focus of where you are taking your products to. Writing content with focus and clarity. These are one of the challenges that involves marketing. Once you are able to navigate your way around these particular challenges, trust me, you are good to go. You will achieve the aim of marketing that particular product. So as a product or a project manager, you might be thinking, why do I need to involve myself in marketing? Believe me, you might find yourself in any of these industries, be it tech, construction, health, finance, name it, and you might be offered a product of a marketing strategist. Okay, help us to market our product. We want you to. You might not be the one going to all these commercial places, but it might be the one, the brain behind coming up with content, coming up with strategies, something that will help the company scale their products in the market. So you need to get familiar with these marketing procedures, right? So coming back to marketing challenges, let's just talk about one more before we proceed. Measuring the effectiveness of the content you produce. Now, after coming up with the content, now you need to, after putting it in play, and you need to know if this content is effective. If people are buying or if people are keen to whatever content you brought for them, then you can say your content is effective. That's where you can measure your content effectiveness through your audience reaction. Right. So once you are able to find your way around these challenges, you will be able to achieve the aim and the purpose of marketing your product. Target market. So for target market, nice to you audible. Can you guys hear me? Please confirm it and still audible. Can anyone hear me?
We can hear you.
Thank you. Just to confirm. All right, so for the target markets, these are the group of people or the segmentation of the markets that will be needing your products. And let's say you are building a product, or let's say you are coming to the market to sell a body care product, right? Okay, are you focusing on the male gender or the female gender, or is it a product that will be serving both that will be serving the unisex, both gender and both female and male gender? So you need to understand the people who will be needing your products. So that way you can easily market your products to people who will be needing it. So we also have the 4 P's that you need to consider when coming up with a marketing strategy. Right. So the first P is product. So this is the total sum of the whole process, which involve the packaging, features, functions, varieties, warranties, brand side, and all that. So the product consists of the manufacturing cost, the production cost, the marketing cost, everything that has to do, all factors relating to that actual, the final product, which is a product. So when coming up to a marketing strategy, you need to consider this particular factor, which is the product. So the next P is the price. So this includes not only the list price, but all other pricing factors that are associated with the actual product. So this might include payment options, allowances, discount periods, everything. So all these are related to the final and the wholesale price of the product. So if you're company or as a manufacturer, you are building a product, you can't just give your product a price. Before you give your product a price, you need to consider the factors that make up that particular product. That is the actual product. So that way you can now cut across and come up with the final price. Okay, this is the price you want to sell this to the market. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to run at loss. Fine, you're trying to market, you're trying to sell your product to the market. But deep down, in the research, you don't want to run at loss. So all these costs we need to consider before coming up to the final price for your product. The third P would be considering is the place. So this involves where you will be distributing your products. That is your marketplace. How and what are the products available to the consumers? This may include channels, covered areas, assortments, locations, and inventories. So you also need to factor this geographical location as well for you to okay, this particular strategy will work in this location, this particular content won't be working because we have um, these particular constraints. So all these factors are what you need to consider when coming up to a marketing strategy. Promotion, which is same thing as advertisements. So this involves all efforts by a company to publicize their products and to make consumers, customers, end users aware of it. All right, so to sum up everything we'll be discussing about the marketing strategy, the 4 Ps. So here we have the charts of the screen, right? So is there anyone who wants to attempt or give it a try? Just your own understanding, what do you understand on this chart we have on the screen? Bukumi, you want to try? Femi and Ibrahim, anyone? Hello. Please confirm if you can hear me, please.
Okay, I can hear you clearly.
All right, no problem. So thank you for that response. So for this particular chart, we have, like I said, once you know your audience, coming up the content, the marketing content becomes easier as a project manager. Now create a psychological buying process profile. So this is a process where you create a content that your user will be able to relate with, something they will you'll be able to identify themselves with. Now, connect with your marketing strategy, that is a way, place, or something you can, a channel at which you can process this marketing to your customer. Right? Then the fourth process is you assess, okay, if what you've done is working, or if people are going along, getting along with whatever you're coming up with. If that process is yielding results as you want, then you can repeat. But if you think it's not going the way you want, or people are not really getting along with it, then you can adjust. So this process, once you are able to go around with this process, believe me, you will achieve your aim for marketing your products. Identify your audience, come up with a psychological buying process profile, something your customers, your potential customers will be able to relate with. Then connect with your marketing strategy, come up with your content, channel to market your products. Then the last stage is for you to assess assessment. If it's working, then you repeat. If it's not, you adjust, then you go again. Moving on, we have types of marketing. So the first one, as the name implies, permission. You need to take a permission before you go ahead to market whatever you are bringing forward to that individual. Internet marketing. You are all familiar with the internet marketing we have around us, the social media, video advertisements, email marketing, and all that. offline marketing. So that is the direct opposite of online marketing, which includes local advertisements, newspaper, television marketing. So this process of marketing is, when you, I'll try to cite a very practical example now. Okay, let me use YouTube as an example. When you open your YouTube, you notice while you watch some video, ads comes up on your screen, right? So sometimes you'll be forced to watch those advertisements. Sometimes you have option to skip the ads. So that process of ad popping on the screen is called outbound marketing. If you notice, most of the time you are not even interested in that advertisement, or that advertisement has nothing to do with you. The product you are advertising is of no use to you, but regardless, you just have to watch it or skip the ads. Case maybe that process. Most companies do like the idea of going through this process of marketing, which is outbound marketing. They try to reach as much as possible numbers. So they want people to see that products, familiar with their products. You are doing it, you cannot do it, just see it, just see whatever they are marketing. Now, inbound marketing. So this is where I say marketing is part of us, is every day of our lives. Whenever you make use of video, you are carrying out what we call inbound marketing. So this is where users or customers, individuals, make use of search engine optimization, SEO, right? You might not know, but now you know. Whenever you make use of a Google, you are trying to make an inquiry. Yes. So in return, you are involving yourself in inbound marketing. So the next type of marketing you have is newsletter marketing. So where companies advertise their products via email to their customers or to their subscribers. You will notice when you visit some particular websites, you'll be asked to subscribe to their newsletter. So they advertise their products, promotional offers via emails. Direct marketing. So the main goal of this particular process is directly with the customers without the interference or the involvement of third parties. Next type of marketing is niche marketing. I would say precise marketing. So let's say, for example, Femi has a company here in Nigeria where he manufacture or where he produces peanuts and burgers, right? And Femi has customers in Ghana. Of course, your customers can't travel all the way from Ghana to Nigeria to have access to your products. So what you need to do, Femi, as a manufacturer or as a company, right, is to open a branch in Ghana where your customers can have access to your products. That way, it is much easier for your consumers to have access to your products. So you have directly involve yourself in niche marketing. Yeah, when a product or service is not being readily supplied to a certain portion of the market, now you have made that product available to your customers in Ghana. Now, the next type of marketing is social media marketing, same as internet marketing. So where you have people marketing their product on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. All right, moving on. Next type of marketing we have is business to business marketing. So this is strictly between business, company to company, right? Without the involvement of any consumers or end users, right? Let's say Apple and Samsung, Coca-Cola and McDonald's, right? So the next type of marketing we have is business to consumers marketing. So this is strictly between business and consumers, which is mostly common. We have it from around us, right? The next type of marketing is personalized marketing. So this type of marketing is carried out in a way, in a unique way, where the way I will market a product to Femi will be different from the way I will market that same product to the company. Yeah, I'm still marketing the same product, but as a marketer or as a marketing strategy, I will come up with a personalized marketing content just to advertise what I'm coming up with. All right. Other type of marketing includes telemarketing, where you market your products via telephone. You have digital-based marketing, marketing affiliates, marketing, and we have promotional marketing. So we have marketing utilities, which are the capacity of products offering to satisfy the needs of customers. For every product you purchase, right, you have these four utilities. Of every product you purchase. As we proceed, we'll explain better. So for phone utility, if you notice your phone, right? So in this slide we have an example of a car, but I will use more practical example of a phone. If you notice from your phone, right? Fine, the main function of your phone might be to receive phone call, make phone calls, and all that. But we all know that there are so many things you can do on your phone, right? Your phone is the product, but there are so many form utility you can derive from the phone. You can watch videos, play video games, listen to music, send emails, join video meetings. I'm very sure most of us on this call are joining with our phone, right? So you are deriving from utility from one particular product. Moving on. Time utility, the consumer ability to buy products where he or she wants to buy the products. So I cite an example of Femi having a company in Ghana and also have customers. You have a company in Nigeria and have customers in Ghana. So for you to make your product available to your customers, you need to have a branch or an outlet in Ghana where your customers can have access to your products. So that is time utility. Place utility describes when a consumer is able to buy the product at a location that is convenient. Now, don't forget, time utility is when the consumer is able to buy the products he or she wants, right? When you go to a supermarket or a particular store, when you get to that store, you know that you will get what you are looking for, right? So this is ensuring that consumers have access to a particular product when they most desire them, right? So for place utility is, when you know that you will get your products whenever you want to get it at that particular location. The best example is the online sales. You have home delivery. You can order various things online and get it delivered to your doorstep. Possession utility. So this last form of utility is when the product is available, but the user or the customer now can't have access to it, due to lack of fund, then you need to involve a third party, probably a loan facility company, or someone who will be able to help you get that product available to you. This is concerned with the ease transferability for the consumer. Any questions? Move on. All right, I presume silence means consent, so let's proceed. Silence means next question. So for this particular equation, we come up with a conclusion that value, which is the product, when you buy a product, comes with a value, right? And that particular product costs you some particular benefits divided by cost, right? The benefit you get from that product, if I buy a bottle of water, a good one, fine, to quench my thirst, that's the benefit. But that benefit will come at a cost, probably monetary cost, energy cost, whatever cost. So the value is equal to the benefit you will get divided by the cost, because the product comes at a cost. Further, the benefits can include emotional, functional benefits. Cost may include monetary cost, time, energy, psychic cost. So in summation, the value now, which is the product, is equals to the functional benefits. What will benefit from that product? It might be an emotional benefit as well, depending on the product, divided by cost, monetary, time, energy, psychic, whatever cost. I hope you all understand this question. Do we understand that equation?
Yes, sir.
So for
Can you take that
moving on,
again? Sorry, excuse me. I didn't get that question very well. Can you just brief explain it? I didn't get it very well.
now thank you. I think is that Israel?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So for the value now, the value, we have the value to be the product. You know, when you purchase a particular product, you expect to get a value. That product will have the added value to it. Right? Now the value now is equals to the functional benefits. What you benefit, right? Now we now say the benefit might be functional, might be emotional. Right? Emotional in the sense that, okay, I like the way this product makes me feel. But whenever I use this particular product, I feel this sense of relaxation. Right? Functional benefit might be probably the function of that particular product, probably it makes you feel convenient, makes you feel happy, makes you feel, depending on the function of that particular product. Now, we now say this benefit comes at a cost. Of course, you can't get a product for free. You need to pay. Now, the payment might be in form of energy, might be in form of time, might be in form of money, and might be in form of basic cost. Right? So in summation, we say value, the product is equal to the benefits divided by the cost. I want you to see that value as a product. That way it's easier for you to understand. Value product is equal to the benefits, what you will benefit for that product you purchased, divided by what it costs you to acquire that product. Did I answer your question?
Perfectly, sir. Like I'm okay now. Yeah.
Right. Moving on, managing product life cycle. Need to hurry up now. So start one more session to for every product you see out there, every product, name it, every product you see out there, they all go through this life cycle system, right? So but there is something every organization, every company does for them not to plunge into the last stage, which is decline. You see as you proceed. So when your product is new to the market, right, the price is high, considering all the factors that summarize the actual product. The quality is low because you're not sure if people will be interested. Number of version is low, competitors are few, intensity of competition is little, advertisements high to introduce because it is new products. So you need to put more energy, more resources in advertising your new product. Growth stage. This particular stage now, people are not familiar. People now know that okay, this product is doing in the market, right? Now the price is high and dropping, quality is low and growing, number of version is so this stage is not stable. Doesn't mean that the product is ascending into the market. People are not sure yet. Okay, let me give it a try. If truly to deliver what I want, people are still doubting, right? So that's why we have this back and forth in functionalities, advertisements, distribution, competitors, version, quality are not stable. So for the authority stage, at this stage, your product is stable in the market. You can see the likes of Coca-Cola, Apple, McDonald's, Pepsi, name it. They are all at this stage, maturity stage. The price is stable, fine might be dropping due to number of distributions. The quality is high, number of version is many, competitors is many and dropping, right? Advertisement is stable, distribution is maximum because people are in demand for this product. The decline stage, so for products to plunge into this stage, that doesn't mean that the product is bad, no, or that doesn't mean that the product is terrible. What might happen, or let me say what happens is probably people are no longer interested in your products, and that is fine. Let's say probably people who purchase car, for instance, a vehicle, who can purchase this particular brand, this particular model. I need to try out other models. I'm not interested in my model any longer, right? So that way your price will start dropping. Your quality is still high, of course, but the number of version is dropping, competitors is dropping, competition is depending on purchase. Like I said, people might not be interested in the version or the model you are creating, right? Advertisement is dropping, distribution is losing as well. So for you to stay relevant in markets, you need to rebrand your products more often, time to time. If you notice, Coca-Cola has been doing a couple of rebranding, Pepsi, Apple, Samsung, name them.
Alpha.
Sorry for that. Sorry for that. So moving on. So for you to stay relevant in the market, like I said, you need to rebrand your products, probably do discount offers, increase your warranty, and you can change your packaging, change color, rebrand your logo, something that will make people feel attached, feel attracted to your products. So branding is very important element to a product, to a company, particularly in consuming markets. You have to rebrand time to time. But before you know it, people are no longer interested in your products. You want to try out other products. People get tired easily when they say that, okay, this is what we've been seeing for so many years. So what are the benefits of branding? So we have it's for the consumers. The benefit of branding is it's easier for them to identify the products. Excuse me, please.
Hello, can anybody hear me? Hello? Hello? Is it my network? Can I hear me,
Hello.
please?
Hello, yes. You can hear you.
Yes, sorry for that silence. I had issues with my network. Can we proceed now?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. So to the manufacturer, we are talking about benefit of branding. So it helps create loyalty. People become loyal to your products. Defense against competition. Allow premium pricing. Increase power over retailer. To the seller now, which is the retailer, it attracts customers. Right. Benefit of brand marketing support helps differentiate products from competitors. Right, we've come to the end of this session. Any question? Any contribution before we move on to the next session? You can also ask questions on the assignments if you're not clear. That's fine.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Sorry, I have a question. Talking about the life cycle, product life cycle.
Okay.
According to the list we have, there's one of the point which is decline.
Yes.
So at what point does the company or a product start facing decline?
Is that all?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for that question. I think that's Peter, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So at what point does a company or a product launch into the decline stage? At the point where consumers are no longer interested in your products, right? So I made an example about people just want to try out other brands or other products. Right? Probably they are used to your product, they know what your product does, and they are not just interested. That doesn't mean your product is bad or your company is terrible. No. So in most cases, it's just that people are interested in trying out. Human beings are spontaneous. Probably are just interested in trying out other products. They don't want to see, okay, what are we going to benefit? What are the benefits of this other products? You already know your own products. You know what your product does, right? So what you need to do for them to be attracted to your products is what I explained about our rebranding. Fine, your products still offer the same benefits, but when you repackage your products, your style, the color, pricing, you do discounts, you increase your warranty, something that will make people get attracted to your products. So for your product not to plunge into decline stage, you need to rebrand your products more often. More often. So once your products get into decline stage, what you need to do as a manufacturer, right, is probably venture into other products, produce other things, or like I said, you rebrand, you re-strategize and come back again to the market. Is that clear?
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. No.
Any other question?
Okay, so once again, when it comes to, okay, take for instance, I like to use a scenario. Take for instance, there's a product that has been selling, like selling range of 10, is selling like at least having revenue of 7 of 10 monthly, and all of a sudden a competitor came in and upscale the kind of service, the initial kind of service the other market does. Like that first one for A, let's say A now, the product of A is initially selling 7 to 10, 7 of 10, and now B came in, which upscale all the service that A is doing in an advanced new model that is now getting the 10 of 10. So from the sale of that 7 or 10 of A, there's a drastic fall to like 4. So what do you think such service of A should do to beat or to upscale back to not to be declined out of the market? I don't know if you understand my example.
I'm with you 100%. I understand the question.
Okay. So what do you suggest, or what do you think in that kind of scenario the user should, or the organizer, of this company or the service provider should do that aspect?
All right, Israel, right. Thank you for that question. That's a fantastic question. Right, I think in that scenario, I will suggest the company come up with a marketing strategy that has to do with probably discounts. You know, this issue of buy two, get one free, right? Or probably do a promo where you involve a scratch card, buy one carton and win a rechargeable fan. Something that will, when people see that, okay, when I buy these products, I will get a gift in return. People will come and buy. It's a marketing strategy. I won't advise rebranding this at this point, so I won't, Fine, this promotional offer might cost you some kind of monetary cost. But I can tell you, you have your revenue shoot up. When you just have to evolve promotional offers, discount offers, it will help increase sales. Trust me, it will. There are some other examples that will help improve skill, but I think this discount offer works magic. Trust me. Probably when you're selling for $10, you can go for $9. Then you buy a carton and get a bottle of wine for free, depending on the products you are offering to the market.
Okay. Sorry, I would like to have a clarity, and in this aspect of the kind of service you render is not
Yes.
it's not edible, or let me say, it's not a consumable. Yes.
Consumable products. Okay. Oh,
Yes.
fantastic.
Yes. Let's take for
Fantastic.
instance now, the kind of service you render is, let's say, it's more like an institution. You offer educational courses, and
Okay.
you want to upscale your business. So what do you think you can use the kind of strategy that will best fit and
Well,
give you a yielded revenue.
okay. For that, I think what will work is I will suggest 2 to 3 years solution. Do free tutorials or free mentorship on that particular field where you mentor people on, okay, advise them on career path, how they can go about this particular this particular field. If you are selling form for them to apply for your services, you might beat down the form price or beat down the tuition fee now and offer free tutorials. You know, when they see that they are getting more value in return, of course they will even be the one referring people to come and do business with you, because the value they are getting in return is much more than what you are paying for. I'm not saying offer all your services for free. You know, you might probably subsidize your prices to a reasonable level because you don't want to run at loss. You know, something that will entice and that will attract your customers. Did I answer your question?
Well, I'm not really satisfied, but at least it gave me a top notch of what I know I can actually develop on.
The main goal here is once you know your customers and you know how to get to them, you are good to go. Understand your customers and know who your customers are. It's much easier that way. You know what will get to them, you know what will attract them. Then you can employ a service or a marketing strategy that will connect with them.
Okay,
Thank you very much. That is very. Thank you for that question. Any other question before we move on to the next session? We are 10 minutes behind schedule already. All right, in absence of any question, let's bring this to a close. Please remember to attempt your question before the next session and submit on elements. In case you have any issue on Bincom elements, reach out to one of the coordinators on Slack channel or any of the facilitators will be available to offer you the solution. Thank you.
thanks so much.
I'll also post this assignment on the Slack channel in case you get it. All right. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. So my name is Kwazim. I'll be taking the second session, and then I'll be talking to you about customer and client management. So, and actually, this is meant to be a 2-hour session, but because of those sessions that we've missed, and then in order for us to cover up, so we are going to be fast about it. So, and hopefully within the next 45 minutes, we should be able to round up. Okay, so let's just get into it. Yeah, number one, what do you understand by the word customer and then client? Client and customer, they mean the same thing, because they are people that needed your service and they come to you to enjoy your service. But the difference between the two is that a customer, you refer to somebody as a customer if they buy product and services from a company. But when you refer to somebody as a client, that person requires your professional service. I'll give you a typical example. I'll use a bank, for example. If you go into a bank, you want to withdraw money, you want to send money, they refer to you as a customer. But if you are the same person, you go into a bank and you want to open what I call a Form M, Form A, and the likes, that requires professional service. They are no longer referring to you as a customer, but a client. So you are the same person, but then because of the services that you require, they will call you different name. I mean a customer and then a client. Another example is if you require the services of a lawyer, or you need service of a real estate agent. There are two ways you can look at it. If what you just want is you need a real estate agent to help you get a room, for example, he can refer to you as a customer. But if a real agent is going to go into an agreement with you with an estate, probably he wants to manage estate for you, then he refers to you as a client. So that is how to differentiate what is a customer from who is a client. I hope that is very clear. Hello? Hello, can anybody hear me?
Yes, sir. I'm trying to understand.
Yes,
Because
yes.
my question in this aspect, I want to understand, like, how can we get to? Can you just give me what I would need to understand now is what's the difference between a client and a customer? I think with that answer, I will be able to have a good understanding of what you are explaining, sir.
Okay. Okay. Let me give you this example. If you go into a shopping mall, for example, to buy goods, to that mall, you are a customer because you just walk in, you want to buy stuff, you buy and you move away. That is a customer. But if you need a professional service, if you want to retain the service of a lawyer. A lawyer will not call you a customer. He's going to refer to you as a client, even though you are a customer. But then, then, because of the service that you requested for, that is what differentiates you from a customer. And then if you look at this particular section, they said truly client and customer are similar, but the difference lies in the type of services that a customer is purchasing. Because what you are purchasing from a lawyer is a professional service, while what you are purchasing from a mall is just goods and services. Did you get it now?
So much, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
So of course, this slide is just to give you clarity on what you can be referred to if you go into any of this location. If you go to a law firm, they refer to you as a client. Design studio, insurance, they call you clients. And then, of course, if you look at clients refers to as a service that has a long-term agreement. Because if you look at a law firm, if you look at an accounting firm, if you look at a marketing firm, real estate firm. So if you look at the type of services that they are providing, it tends to be of a long term, and then there is always an agreement to be signed. That is why it's called professional service. But for the customer base, customer base is something that you can just walk in, just buy, and then you go out. You don't really need to have quote and unquote agreement. If you go into probably ShopRite now, you don't need any form of agreement. If you go to restaurants, you don't need any form of at least agreement. If you move into amusement park today, you just go in and enjoy that service and move out. So clearly what you have here is to just show you that these are two services, these are two categories of companies and what they call their customer. It is either you are client-based or you are customer-based. So quickly, let's move fast. Client management, of course, client management is the process of overseeing, coordinating, a client. Of course, it's just a way of managing, coordinating, planning with your customer, or with your client. And then, of course, as part of your role as a client manager, of course, you need to understand the goal of that customer. Of course, you need to maintain a good client relationship. Of course, customer retention should be one of your focus. And at the same time, you should at every point in time ensure that your client is happy, and at the same time is going to bring about a repeated transaction. if you have a client that does not come back for your service, it means that customer is in a way dissatisfied. So and then one of the way you can ensure a good retention is to make sure that the onboarding process of your client has to be seamless. If I want to bring in a customer on my system, the process of bringing them in should be seamless, should be less cumbersome. So you don't have to give them bulky forms to fill and then all of that. Okay, what you just have here, these are some of the ways that you need to implement client management. Of course, you need to check with the client. Of course, you need to run what I call a survey. The survey is for you to know the kind of need that your client is interested in. Of course, you need to ask questions. You need to hold brief and debrief. Brief is when a customer is telling you what he wants. Debrief is when you are repeating what you understand by what customer wants, so that you guys can be on the same page. That is what we call debrief. So, and then of course, as part of client management, you need to make use of technology, because that is how you can communicate. That is how clients will be able to communicate with you. That is the same way you will be able to monitor. You need to monitor clients. What I'll call. So these are some of the principles that you have to embrace if you have to be in the business of client management. Number first, you have to be honest and transparent. If you are not honest and transparent, you cannot be in the client management firm, because the services that you are providing, somebody else can provide it. So the kind of information that you are giving to that client has to be transparent. Then it has to be honest information, because if he finds out that you're telling him that for him to have a plot of land, for example, in Naija is say 50 million naira around Lekki phase 1, and somebody else within that same estate, they are selling land for like say 10 million. So if that client finds out, it means you are not honest and then you are not transparent in your dealings. So then the second thing is you have to communicate very well. Communication is very key. As part of this slide, we are going to talk about communication too. So communication is very key. Communication is in two ways: a sender and then a receiver. Then a receiver will now send a feedback to the sender to say, yes, I have understood what you mean. So you have to be able to communicate very well, either verbally, either written form. So you have to make sure that you can communicate very well. Then you need to build a trust. Building trust should actually be the number one, because if you don't build a trust with some of your clients, they will not refer somebody else to you. So because you have built trust over time, it will make people to refer people back to you. And at the same time, there is this popular say that says once a trust is broken, it takes time for you to build it again. So the time it will take you to build the first trust is less than the time it's going to take you to repair the trust that has been broken. It's going to take you twice the time. That is why you need to build your trust. And at the same time, you need to set expectation. In trying to communicate with your clients, there must be a clear expectation between yourself and your client, so that at the end of the day, by the time you are delivering whatever that you have promised, are you getting it? There won't be need for argument to say no. Yeah, this is not what I requested from you. This is what you requested, and then in order to guide against that, you need to set your expectation. And in trying to set that particular expectation, you just have to be reasonable. You are my client, you want to give me a job, and I know that this job is going to take me 1 month to do. I will not say because I want that job badly, I'll say I'll do it in 1 week. So setting your expectation, you have to be careful not to set what I would call unreasonable expectation. Of course, you need to learn your client's industry. If you are an probably hotelier, for example, you want to manage a set of hotels, and then you don't have experience about it. Definitely, somehow, somewhere along the line, you are going to mess up the whole management. But then that is not to say you need to have a deep understanding. If you hear now, they said learn. It can be through reading. You can do a research. You can participate in probably conferences for you to be able to understand your client's industry, so that when you are talking to your client, you are speaking their language. So that when you are speaking their language, they know that yes, this person understands this particular industry very well. And at the same time, you stay aligned. Staying aligned here, meaning that as part of your expectation that you are setting, you need to be sure that you agree on the scope of work. From the very beginning, you will agree that this is what we are to do. This is how long it's going to take us. This is, how much. And then, of course, everybody understands his own responsibility. And at the same time, if there is need for any change along the line, both parties must agree. That is staying aligned. You cannot just take decision without your clients agreeing to it. Effective client management skill, of course, for you to do well in client management, these are some of the skills that you need to imbibe. Of course, you need to communicate very well. It is I mean, very key. You need to have an understanding of the product and services that you want to sell. Of course, like I said to you, we need to be realistic. It is good for us to be optimistic about something, but then in doing that, we have to be realistic with it. Don't give expectation that you know that you cannot meet. Of course, you need to be able to be a problem solver. A problem solver is somebody that people comes to if they have issues. When they come in, they are coming with their problems, thinking that yes, you will be able to solve it. So one of the ways you can be a problem solver is whatever problems that a client is coming with. The first thing is to listen to them. By the time you listen and you listen good, you will be able to solve their problem. So you must be a problem solver for you to have a good client management. Of course, you have to be creative, and then of course innovative. You have to focus on detail. You have to be organized, and then of course confidence is one other thing that you need to build. If a client walks into your office, is talking to you about something, and you are now fidgeting, you are not coherent. Of course, from that way, it can deduce that yes, this person does not understand this business. So you have to be confident when you are talking to your clients. So benefit of effective management. Like I said earlier on, one of the things that makes you a good client manager is if you are able to retain your customer for as long as it takes. Then of course it brings about referrals. They can refer people to you, and then of course, if they refer people to you and you still retain them, it is a way of growing your revenue. So it is much less expensive to keep a current customer than to acquire a new one. If you have a customer in your book, keeping that customer, maintaining that customer is less expensive than when you have to go out, you take a transport, you need to print proposals, you need to talk, you need to do this, you need to do that. So customer retention is one of the benefits of effective client management. And then of course, returns on the investment is huge. And at the same time, of course, like I said before, referrals, because if you manage clients very well, definitely you will see people referring people to you to say, okay, go to Mr. A, go to Mr. B. So do we have any question on the client management side before we move to communication? Sorry, I'm a bit fast because I need to do this in 1 hour. But do we have any question? Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't have a question, sir.
Okay. So quickly, let's use the remaining 15 minutes on communication. Communication is simply the act of moving information from one place to another place. And then, of course, it is information that has to move through a sender to a recipient. And then, of course, in moving the message, it passes through stages. So communication in layman's language is what we are doing. I am the sender, you are the receiver. So we are communicating. You can communicate by writing letter, you can communicate by sending email, you can communicate by sending text. So it is an act of moving information from one place, from one person, or from a group to another. That is simply what communication is all about. Then there is a sender, there is a recipient, and there is a information that you are sending. That is what communication is all about. So categories of communication, we have the spoken or the verbal communication. This involves face-to-face, telephone, radio, television, these are spoken or verbal communication. Then we have the non-verbal. So all these ones covered under body language, gesture, the way you dress, the way you act, those are what we call the non-verbal. I remember in those days when you are sitting with your mom or your dad, and then of course, if they have a visitor, and then they want you out of their sight, they may not even need to talk. By just looking at you, you know what they meant. So that is a form of a non-verbal. For the spoken, of course, can be face-to-face. It can be, of course, just like what we are doing now, is a form of verbal, and then it is spoken. Then categories of communications, we have the written communication, so which includes letter writing, emails, social media, books, magazine, journals, anything that is written down, that is written communication. Then we have the visualization. Visualization has to do with a graph, picture, map, logo, So, and then from the graph, you can actually pick out information. You can pick out facts, figures from those visuals. So that is why it is a category of communication. So let's talk about communication process. Communication process is divided into 4 parts. We have the source, that is the sender. We have the message that you are sending. Then you have the encoding. The encoding is at the beginning, and then it is also at the end. And then, of course, there is channel at which that particular message is sent. And then, of course, the communication process we have the decoding, the receiver, feedback, context, and then noise. But I'll come here so that you will be able to understand clearly. This is the communication process. You can see the source, which is the sender. When you send, there is what we call encoding. Encoding is whatever that you are sending, because I'm sending it through a channel, and that channel does not understand this voice that you are hearing. It needs to send it through a channel, and that channel understands only what this encoder will do. So this encoder is going to take this information that you are hearing now. It's going to encode it, change it to something else, maybe into what I call analog signal. It's going to change it and pass it through this channel. Passing through this channel, then at the other hand, for this receiver to be able to understand what has been passed, there is another decoder at the end of it, which is this particular one, that is going to now decode what has been encoded at the beginning. That is when the receiver will be able to understand the message that I've sent. In this conversation that we are having now, all this process has taken place. And at the same time, within that same space, there is what we call noise. Noise are what I call interference. You know, somebody can be eating something somewhere. You can have cars moving, and at the same time, the channel that you are passing through that message through may have their own noise too, that thing has to pass through. So, but then at the same time, when that message is moving from the source to the receiver, you still have to maintain the message to make sure that any part of that message is not lost. So from source to the receiver, that is communication. But if you want to have what is called effective communication, then you need what is called a feedback. So feedback is what makes it to be effective, because after I've sent it to you, then there is a feedback to say, yes, I have gotten what you said. I remember before now, if you send a text message, you just send it. Whether that person receives it or not, you are not aware. But then later, technology made it possible that if I send a message, it's going to show that yes, this message has been sent. If that message is delivered, it's going to show you that yes, it has been delivered. If that person reads your message, it comes back to you to say yes, message has been read. That is feedback. So with that, they have been able to make sure that our communication process is effective, so that there won't be a case of I sent you message yesterday, I did not see it. No, because there is a process that is telling me at every point in time what happens. That is what feedback does. Feedbacks make it to make sure that yes, this message that has been sent has been received. Any question on communication before we move to call center? Any question? Okay. In the absence of no question, let's move to call center quickly. I hope I can do this in 5 minutes. Yeah, okay. So if you look at this session clearly, we started from client management, we moved to communication, from communication, we moved to call center. So what this whole session is trying to build is that we see the people that we engage on daily basis, we see them as either as our customer or as our client. That is number one thing. Number two thing that is trying to tell us is that we need to be able to communicate with them effectively. And then in communicating with them effectively, there is need for us to do what? We need to understand the fact that for every communication, there is always a feedback. It is either you send a mail out and you are expecting a response, or somebody sent you a message, email, letter. That person too is expecting a feedback. That is what makes it to be effective. And this particular one that we are talking about has to do with call center. These are the people that are going to be managing a client, because a client is at the other end. He has an issue, he has called you, he wants you to help him to resolve an issue. So there are some ethics that are expected of you as a customer service officer that works in a call center. Are you getting it? So, and then oftentimes we make use of phone call. I mean, you can hide your feelings, you can hide your emotions when you send email, but with phone calls, there are so many things that can be picked up when you make a phone call. That is why this particular topic is very, very important. And then the way you attend to your customer or to your client is the perception that they are going to have about your company. That is why a call center phone etiquette is very important. And these are some of those ethics. When you pick up a call, you need to introduce yourself. My name is Kwazim. Welcome to Bincom. My name is this. So you have introduced yourself and you have introduced your company, so that the person that calls will know that yes, he has called the right place. It doesn't sound good when a customer is now asking you, please, am I calling Bincom? But by the time you pick up that call and you introduce yourself and the company, so you have eliminated that particular stage of coming back to ask you, okay, am I on to so and so? So when you are on the call, You don't chew gum, you don't eat, you don't drink. When you chew gum, when you eat, the other person at the other end, no matter how good you are, is going to know. So you don't chew when you are on call, you don't drink. Of course, you need to speak clearly and speak directly to the phone. You don't cover the phone, if you want to put anybody on hold, you need to inform them that, okay, I want to put you on hold for a minute or two. So that person will know that, yes, I'm being put on hold. And at the same time, if your phone rings between the second or the third ring, you have to pick it up. Even if that phone, of course, if you are in a office settings whereby a phone is ringing beside you, fine, that phone is not your own, but then it is ringing, it is inside that particular office. Courtesy demands that you pick that phone up and talk to the person that this person that you are calling is not at his desk now. Can you please call back? Instead, if you don't do that, that customer will continue to call that line. And at the same time, it's going to have a bad perception about your company. That is it not that company? You call them, they will not pick call. So those are some of the ethics that then you need to imbibe. Of course, you have to greet your caller. There are some companies that they have a script. Then some just leave it to you to do. Of course, you use the appropriate tone, and then you have to be professional about it. So that is that about call center operation. Then we move to content creation. Content creation is a process of creating ideas, that can appeal to your buyer. Thank God for technology. Thank God for social media. Everybody now has a phone. Everybody can sit in the comfort of their room and just create anything. But in creating whatever that you want to create, you need to be appealing to a particular niche. So once you are appealing to them, you need to know the kind of content that you are pushing out. For example, if I'm appealing to a student audience, if I'm talking to them about maybe student loan, for example, I'm talking to them about study camp. There is possibility that, in fact, there is every 90% chance that they will follow me. But if I'm talking to them, then I'm talking to them, and I'm talking to them about probably finance. I'm talking to them about stock. I'm talking to them about investment in this, investment in that. Somebody that does not have money to eat. So you have to make sure that the content that you are producing is meant for the right niche that you have created for yourself. Then these are some of the content. You can put your content on a blog. Can you just give me 1 minute? Just 1 minute. Let me just quickly pick this call. Oh, okay, guys, sorry for that. I have just 2 minutes. So these are some of the site that you can host your content. You can have it on blog, on podcasts. It can be a video. It can be graphics, and then all of that. So then, of course, content strategy. You have to set your goals. Of course, you need to know the content, the people that you want to appeal to, and then, of course, planning is very key. Planning too is, if you want to do a content, you don't do content this week, and then in the next 1 month you don't have anything to do. So part of the planning is to make sure that for every day, maybe twice a week, 3 times a week, 4 times a week, that is when you want to push out content. That is part of planning. And then, of course, your goal has to be, you have to be able to measure it. Then, of course, you need to create your strategy. Of course, you need to create the buyer. Of course, the buyer that I'm talking about now, we are talking about the people that are going to consume whatever content that you have out there. Those are your buyer. And then, of course, you should have a strategy on how to have them, on your side. And then, of course, you have to rely on the buyer's journey. What this one is saying is that any content you want to push out, try to see yourself as the customer. Try to see yourself as the person that is going to consume that particular content. So meaning that you put yourself in the shoes of those customers. That is when you will be able to understand that buyer's journey. So with this, I think we've come to the end of this session. And then what we have here is the assignment. And the assignment is, you have to just do a pitch deck. A pitch deck is just like a slide, maybe about 5-6 slides. That is what this is talking about. Of course, you just have to think about a product that you can design that you think can change the world. Of course, read up content creation and then communications material, read about communication and then collaboration among stakeholders using agile methodology. and at the same time using undergraduates and new graduates as your target audience. You need to do a piece on Bincom Academy to them. So any question on the assignment, any question on any of the topic that we have covered today? So let's use the remaining 2 minutes to ask questions. Any questions? Any question? So,
No question.
In the absence of no question, and also remember that you need to submit this assignment and you have to make use of your LMS to submit all your assignments. And also remember that if you don't submit your assignment for marking and you miss more than 20% of the class, you will not be given certificate. So try as much as possible to make sure that you attend to your assignments for all the classes, and at the same time make sure that it is submitted on time. So I wish you.
I have a question, sir.
Okay, what's the question?
There are some assignments given to us, and they asked us to submit those assignments to via mail. And on the Bincom platform, there is also a space to submit assignments. So I don't really understand how they mean send it to a mail. Like the previous assignment they gave us, there was one they requested for us to submit those things to a mail. I didn't see any mail attached to those assignments.
Okay. Personally, you are meant to. Okay. I mean, officially, you are meant to submit all your assignment through LMS. But if for any reason you are asked to submit through email, I will always advise that there is no crime in submitting by email and then at the same time you submit using LMS so that both ends you are covered.
Okay.
So yeah, so that is what I'll just advise. And at the same time too, if you submit on LMS and you submit on using email, if you are no longer a student of Bincom Academy, the ones that you submitted using email, you can still have access to it for the future references. Do you get it?
I get it now.
Okay.
I have a second question.
Okay. Right.
I asked this one some time ago. I was asking this our training sessions. There may be times we need to review on some things, and personally, I have need to go through some training videos again. I don't know if there's any way for us to get them.
To get the video.
Yes.
Like, for example, most of this session that you are having, if you check your screen, you will see that everything is being streamed live. It's being recorded. So at the end of this course, you can actually request for the link.
Okay.
So you can send it to you. You can sit down and then rewatch all the courses. Yeah. It's recorded.
Okay. the link, will it be sent here or will it will be sent via mail?
Most time, I think they send it on Slack.
Okay.
If you are on Slack, and I think there is this June project management Slack channel that was created, so they will share it on that Slack channel so that everybody can have access to it.
Okay. What's the name of the channel again? So I'll go and join that.
I think June project management June 2023. Let me check. Let me just reconfirm.
Okay.
Let me just reconfirm. It is June project management.
Okay, June project management.
Yeah, June project management.
Okay, let me go and join it now. I believe you can tell them they will send the link there now.
Yeah, okay, I'll tell them now. They'll share the link there.
Thank you, sir.
As a matter of fact, the links are there. Immediately after each class, they send the link there.
Okay, no
I see
problem.
some of those links here now.
Okay, no problem. Let me go and check now.
Yes, sir. One question, please.
Okay.
Sir, is there anywhere we can also read about some things, like since we already have the curriculum sent to us in our email, after classes, if you want to brush up, like you was saying, looking for the videos, is there anywhere we can see something like notes or something that has been put aside already for readers to get carried along?
Okay. What I know about Bincom, Bincom does not restrict you from not reading any materials that you think is going to benefit you. That was why at the beginning of this course, if you have watched the first video when you joined,
Yes.
where they said that it is a Montessori kind of training.
Yes.
We will just give you the basics, then you can go out and read more. You can go on Google, go on search for some Udemy. You can go to Coursera.
Okay.
There are some free topics there that you can actually go to and learn more. So
are there any ones that you can recommend?
That recommendation might be a bit difficult, but what I know that if you are on that June channel, there are some links that people used to drop there.
How do we join the June channel? Or is it on the Slack or on the Bincom?
On the Slack. There is June,
on Slack.
Yeah, there is this June project management class. There are some links that
I'm on Slack now. I'm trying to open the June 2023. I'm not seeing anything like that.
Are you on Bincom Tech Network?
Yes.
Okay, there is a channel there that is called June Project Management Class.
The channels I'm on currently is one, Bincom Academy Participant Bincom, Dev Center, General, Job Posting, Random. Those are the channels I'm in now. I'm now looking for the June. Can't find it.
There's
Do I
a
need to
June
put
channel.
hashtag?
Okay, if you can't find it, maybe what you can do, you can send a message to what's her name? Send a message to
Marvelous
Marvelous.
Ogoli, right?
Yes, to add you to the June class.
Okay. Okay. All right. I'm messaging her now. Thank you.
Any other question? So, in the absence of no other question, so we can call it a day. So we see you for the revision and test next week. Revision and test next week. Make sure you.
Is there no class on Wednesday?
Yeah, there's a class on Wednesday, but I'm just saying that.
Okay.
Next week you should prepare for that revision and test.
Okay.
Yeah.